Welcome to A Taste of Torah with Rabbi Carol. This week we are looking at Parsha Toldot, and this year we were looking at the second aliyah of each weekly Parsha. And I want to look at the first verse of this aliyah, this section, and it is found in Bereshit, Genesis chapter 26, verse 6. And it simply says, Vayeshev Yitzchak beGerar. 3 words in Hebrew, and Isaac stayed in Gerar. Wow, that's not very profound, Rabbi Carol, is it? Well, let's think about what is happening in context. If we read the first 5 verses of chapter 26, we see that there is a famine in the land. And because of that famine, Isaac thinks he needs to travel to Egypt because Egypt has food. Egypt represents security, and Egypt represents provision. But God challenges him. And God reminds him that he made a promise to his father, and that promise was to give him this land, and that promise was to provide for him, and that promise was to give him descendants as numerous as the sand on the sea and the stars in the sky. And as a result of what God said to him, we come to verse 6, which says, Vayeshev Yitzchak beGerar, and Isaac stayed in Gerar. Recently, in our new message series from retreat to revelation, moving forward in God, we are looking at the first 6 chapters of the book of Nehemiah. I talked about staying where God has placed you, and I encouraged our congregation, don't abandon your post. And I think that is what is happening here. Isaac is ready to go. He thinks that going is what needs to be done, and that going will be take him to a place of provision. Going will be better for him than staying. He's ready to abandon where he is at, but that's not God's plan for him. And I want to encourage us once again that it is important that we don't pick up and pack our bags and move because we feel it's what's best. I think too many times we abandon our post where God has placed us because we are looking in the natural and we see something that we think is best for us or for our family. So we move on when God hasn't called us to move on. Now, I believe there is a time where God does tell people to get up and move. We see that even in the Torah. One of my favorite parshas is from the book of Devarim. Get up, break camp. You've stayed here long enough. And there is a time where we need to break camp and move forward. But there's also a time where we need to stand firm, right? In the book of Ephesians, we are told to stand firm. And I believe this is a season and time where the body of Messiah needs to stand firm in our calling and in our position in Messiah, and stand firm in the society that we find ourselves in, that we would not cave to pressure, to intimidation, but stand firm knowing who God is, that he is the God who promised Isaac and his father Abraham, and he is a God who has promised you and me. When we open up the Bible and reread all the promises that God has made to mankind, we as followers of Yeshua know that they are yes and amen in him. And the enemy would like to do nothing more than to derail us and get us off on the rabbit trail, going our own little way, when God is calling us to stand firm. Don't abandon your post. Stay where God has placed you and believe that he's going to provide and he's going to make a way, even if there seems to be no way. So may God richly bless you. We hope that we will see you this Saturday at Beth Emmanuel. We're located at exit 61 of the Long Island Expressway here on Long Island, New York. So if you're in the area, come join us at 11 o'clock. And this Saturday, we're actually having bagels after service, bagels and coffee. So we invite you to join us. And if you don't yet know Yeshua, I would like to encourage you that he wants to be known by you. And it's a simple coming to him and saying, Yeshua, here I am. I need you. I surrender to you. Cleanse me, forgive me, wash away my sins, and he will do that. So God bless, and we will see you hopefully on Saturday. Have a great week.